What if this location prevented World War III? This used to be the largest U.S. overseas military installation, yet few know its full story. Aircraft carriers, submarines, and missile-loaded aircraft were all here. It housed thousands of troops, backed the historic 7th Fleet, and controlled key shipping lanes. But why was it so vital that world powers fought over it for centuries? It shaped the Vietnam War, the Cold War, and beyond. Therefore, could this be the key location to preventing World War III?
That's right. Oh, really is the ammunition bunker.
Today I'm heading into the old ammunition bunkers, once packed with immense firepower. But Subic's downfall wasn't just political. Therefore, one of nature's most powerful forces helped push America out.
End of days, because it's so dark all over. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but all over the place are dark.
Let's get this episode of Traveling on the Go started. Let's move right to Southeast Asia in Subic Bay, Philippines. Let's look at the history. Because in 1898, the U.S. defeated Spain, taking the Philippines over. In 1898 to 1942, the U.S. controlled this area. Now, in 1942 to 1945, Japan took control in World War II. From 1945 to 1992, the U.S. used this base, and in 1992, the Philippines got it back. So one of the more impressive facts, Subic Bay Naval Base, 262 square miles, the same size as Singapore. Tucked away in these thick jungles are hundreds of bunkers, hidden storage sites, and forgotten military secrets. And I definitely wanted to research this. I found some help. I got here and I wanted to track down the bunkers and see what I could find for myself.
Wow, let's see how heavy the door is, right? Oh.
But there was one question I wanted to focus on, and that's why this place is so important. Why here? Why Subic Bay? So let's get right into it. Why this base helped prevented World War III. The location alone being a strategic point for controlling Asia and the Pacific, just amazing. So number one up, the United States could quickly respond to any issue or battle, moving troops, especially the Korean War and the Vietnam War, which was vital. Second up, a nuclear deterrent when it comes to Russia, especially in the Cold War. The third, repair centers for ships, planes, and more importantly, number four, the deep water submarine repair hubs. That was just crucial. And then the defensive capabilities, what we're looking at, Clark Air Base, Subic Bay Naval Base, Corridor Island, and Fort Drum. Let's get back inside these ammo bunkers and see what we can find as we go inside. So we're going to use a little bit of artificial intelligence to see what this could possibly look like. I filtered through a lot of different questions and I came up with some possible backgrounds of what these bunkers look like on the inside.
I'm sitting here in some bunkers in Subic Bay, which is about an hour outside of Clark in the Philippines. And I'm sitting in these underground bunkers, kind of underground. These were the ammunition depots and ammunition center for the US military, like in the 1950s. And there's a whole group of them. How many bunkers are there?
Almost 355 bunkers approximately.
355 bunkers here. Wow, and that here, you want to hold that up? Wow, look at this here. We just found this on the ground. Really is the ammunition bunker. And this was extremely important and very top secret at the time. This is in a natural reserve. Is that correct? Yeah. So it's in a natural reserve. No one really was allowed in here. It's super green. It's like, it looks like a tropical rainforest is what it looks like. And anyway, we're gonna move on here, but over 300 bunkers right here in the bay. And I don't know if you can see up here, but the lightning rods that the military put in, there's a pole up above there. And they had these lightning rods everywhere because they did not want the lightning hitting the bunkers with all the ammunition. So yeah, looks just like that. And my tour guide was saying a long time ago here, in the 50s, there wasn't much electricity, obviously, so let's keep moving.
So we're going to move on to the second bunker, and in some of these Subic Bay ammunition bunkers, a massive amount of ordnance and bombs like missiles, torpedoes, naval shells, rockets, and small arms ammo. Some of the bunkers may have held nuclear weapon components under high security during the Cold War, but nothing is actually confirmed.
So the Americans, once they have all the ammunition they need from all these depots, these hidden depots that no one knew about, they would put all the ammunition and they put it on ships and it would be headed to the Vietnam War. So it would be, Philippines is pretty close to Vietnam, and then they would ship it over mainly by boat, by ship, and that is the story here. So these bunkers have been completely taken over by the jungle. If you're looking from above, say like a plane or something, I don't think you'd even recognize them because there's so much grass on top of these. This rainforest right now is so green.
It was designed like that.
And what he was saying before is these stoppers, what they're called. So you go inside, you see the doors right there, and then on this side, these are the stoppers, like he's saying. So if there's an explosion, so this room here would be, for example, full of ammunition. And if there was a lightning strike, like he was telling me or something, it would explode and go right into the stopper wall.
So next up, why Subic Bay Naval Base closed. In 1991, Mount Pinatubo erupted, causing absolute havoc.
So he was here, and he unfortunately, he grew up when Mount Pinatubo erupted. I believe it's the biggest eruption in the last 100 years, what I heard.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So he was in this area. Could you explain what that was like for you?
Yeah, it's like end of days because it's all dark all over. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but it's all over the place are dark. So you can see nothing but, darkness and the lightning. And after the lightning, we have this bad weather also. And then after the lightning, we have this like every 5 minutes or something like that. There's the earth shaking.
Yeah, earthquake, yeah.
It's like end of days.
How much ash was on the ground?
The ash actually at the roof of the house is like almost 2 to 3 inches, something like that. But the sand is like almost 6 feet on the ground. We were covered by the ash and sand of Mount Pinatubo. That's way back 1991.
And then you were saying it took them about 2 years to clean up the surrounding areas. Yeah, that's.
And, it's so dusty at that time because of the, ashes left. It was, dry up and then become dusty.
Have you ever seen anything like that in your life before?
That's the first time ever. Yeah.
Obviously, it's amazing. Well, thank you. Thanks so much, man.
So the
It's really
second reason why Subic Bay
Thank you.
closed, first Clark Air Base was destroyed by the volcano, and then later the government of the Philippines decided not to continue the contract with the U.S. military, ending the relations there. And what you really need to know is down below. The eruption was first, and then the government disagreements was second. So we're going to exit the bunkers and we're going to go back through the natural reserve. And I'm going to tell you a little more about Subic Bay, the town.
So Subic Bay, this whole area is basically an old military, army Navy station, base, whatever you want to say. And they've taken all the buildings. You can see numbers on all the buildings. If there's a number on the building, that was a military building back in the day. And they've transformed it into airports, logistics, just other companies, flight schools. It's got so much military history. Half the buildings, I would say, are from the US military, basically, all the way back, I'm sure from, 1900, but a lot of it came, 1950, Korean War, and then in the 70s, the Vietnam War. But everything I pass here, including they have an international airport that they're not really using, this is all military buildings, and you see it all over the place. What's cool is you see little guard towers too from back in the day that are also, stuck in time. Vines
Okay guys,
growing
that's
all
gonna
over 'em.
wrap it up for this video on Subic Bay. I really hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun going through the bunkers and exploring this old naval base. If you have any questions, please put them down below. I'll be willing to answer just about anything. That's gonna wrap it up. You never know unless you try. I am out of here, guys. See you later. Take care.